Hi guys. Okay, so today we're going to just do multi-step inequality practice. We are not going to put this in our journal. We already have notes in our journal from it. So before we begin, a few announcements, just a few things. Next Monday is our journal test. Alright, so next Monday you have a journal test. This is where I ask questions from your journal, so you need to have it completely filled out, completely up to date. This is what my virtual journal looks like. Your journal is identical to the students in class, except for they have paper copies of things. But as you can see, yesterday we added page 20 to it, but you should have stuff on every single page between there. If there's a page that you think you're missing, then go to my YouTube, which you can get to at the top by clicking on Miss Joel's videos. And the videos are actually labeled by the journal page. I don't remember the last page that this started on. Maybe 13 is where this journal test will start on. But you have a journal test on Monday. End of the 6 weeks, or end of the 3 weeks, is this Wednesday. So progress reports will be coming home soon after that. I also said in the last video that if you would like to do a test retake on Wednesday, this is different from what we're doing in class because we're not doing test retakes in class. The students that are here at school are coming up to the school before school or staying late. So it'll be on top of whatever we're doing in class that day. But if that's what you, I need an email because I'm only opening it up for those who want it, but I need an email by tonight. Okay, Tuesday is the last night that you can send me an email saying I would like to take the retest of the last test we took. Now, a few of you did very, very poorly on this, and I would recommend it. All right, so on a piece of paper, if you haven't gotten out a piece of paper, please get one out. We're going to do a few of these. So we start by drawing our line. All right, sorry, let me zoom in. We're going to go through it. So do I have parentheses? No. Do I have more than one variable on one side? Yes. So I need to combine. So I have negative 5n plus 2n, which is 3n. Divide both sides by 3 to get that n by itself. And n is going to equal 1. So I'm going to put a 1 on my graph, and then I'm going to do a few numbers on each side. So now I need to decide, is this going to be an open or a closed? So it will be open. And what are some things that n could be? Well, n is greater than, so 2, 3, 4, 5. So my arrow is going to go this direction to include all my possible answers. All right, let's look at another one. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to write that problem down. All right, draw a line. Do I have parentheses? No. Do I have multiple of the same variable on one side? I do have a 6x plus a 6x. Always include that sign with it when combining. So it's 12x plus 2. 14. Subtract 2 from both sides. My goal is to get x by itself. Divide both sides by 12. I did not plan it where they would both be 1, but that's how it worked out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. Draw an open circle and some values that x could be. It could be 0, it could be negative 1, negative 2, because x is smaller. All right, let's go to the next one. All right, so I'm going to give you a couple seconds to write down this problem. All right, so I'm going to draw a line. Do I have parentheses? Yes. So I'm going to distribute. Negative 6 times 6b is negative 36b. Anytime I have a negative and a subtraction, I'm going to go ahead and add a line, change the sign here. So negative 6 times negative 7 is 42. Bring down what I didn't get to use. I'm going to subtract 42 from both sides. Bring down my negative 36b. Divide both sides by negative 36. I should have like alarms going off or something like that, because anytime you divide by a negative, you're going to flip the sign. So my sign was opening to the left. It's now going to open to the right. And 180 divided by 36 is 5. Negative divided by negative is a positive. So 5, 6, 7, 8, and then do a couple numbers to the left of it. Open or close. This one's going to be closed because it includes that equal sign. So I'm going to color it in. And B is bigger than 5. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 goes this direction. All right, give you a couple seconds to write down this problem. All right, we're going to draw a line. Do I have parentheses? No. Do I have anything I can combine? Yes, I have positive 2 minus 3, which is a negative 1. Now, if you're saying, Miss Joel, I am so lost and confused on the combining, that is in our journal. It is, I believe, page 16. I might be wrong on that. Nope, page 16. If on the last problem you had trouble with the parentheses, that is page 13 in your journal. So I'm going to add 1 to both sides. If you've been keeping up with your work, you are realizing that this is very similar to solving for equations, and it is. I divided by negative, so I'm going to flip my sign. And 10 divided by negative 2 is negative 5. Come to my number line. Put just a couple of numbers on there. I usually write too big for number lines. Yeah, that's not too bad. It's going to be a closed circle. And M is bigger. It's eating the bigger number, so it's bigger. And even if you're having trouble with negatives and positives, saying, okay, is negative 4 bigger or negative 6 bigger? Just think positive numbers are bigger. So I'm going to go towards my positive numbers, which is that direction. All right. Let's look at another example. Give you a second to write it down. Actually, I'm going to move it. Sorry, it looks like it. There we go. Draw my line. Do I have parentheses? No. Do I have things I can combine? Well, I have negative 5n minus 6n, which is a negative 11n. If I look at this side, I have a negative 8 minus a negative 1. We can put an imaginary 1 there if you want to. So 8 minus 9n. So I don't have any more combining. I don't have parentheses. But I do have a variable on each side. I want all my variables on one side. So we are going to move. I'm going to move my so we have a negative 11 and a 9. I'm going to go ahead and move my 9 since I only have n on this side. If you move it the other direction, that's fine. It's just going to be a little extra step for you. which is okay. So this is 8. This is negative 2. And normally we move the smaller, and you could have. Won't make a difference. Dividing by negative 2, so I'm going to flip my sign. N is greater than or equal to negative 4. So negative 4, negative 3, negative 2, negative 1. Just doing a couple of numbers on each side. I don't care if you don't number the whole number line, but go ahead and put at least 5 numbers on your number line. Alright, this is going to be a closed circle. And it's going towards n is my bigger number, so I'm going to be thinking, what are some numbers that are bigger than negative 4? And again, those are going to be my positives. Alright. I'm going to give you a few seconds to get that written down. Alright, hopefully you've had it written down. So I'm going to draw a line. Do I have parentheses? No. Do I have multiple A's on one side? I have an A on this side and I have an A on this side. Do I want an A on each side? No. I want all my A's moved to one side. And so we're going to move our smallest one. Now before we didn't move our smallest one because that N was already by itself on the left. But this one, I have multiple things on both sides. So I'm going to subtract an A from both sides. These cancel, leaving me with just a negative 6 over here. And 8A minus an A is 7A. Subtract 15 from both sides. Divide both sides by 7. I didn't multiply or divide by a negative. That is a positive, so my sign's going to stay the same. And I get the answer negative 3. So we're going to graph it. It's going to be a closed circle. And A is bigger, so we're going to go towards my positives. Alright, so I'm going to zoom out on this so you can see hopefully the whole page at the same time. Maybe not. Okay, what I want you to do is take a picture of this and I want you to send it to me. It is a free 100 just for taking the notes down. Okay, be sure to put your name on it and label it multi-step inequality practice so that I know where it came from, know what it is. Some of you are sending me work and you're not telling me what it is, and I'm playing a guessing game. All right, a couple of announcements. I'm going to flip this over. So you have a journal test on Monday, which we talked about, but if it's in writing, some of you do better. Oh, sorry, that is really bright. Wednesday is the 3-week mark, so progress reports. Turn in today's notes in by sending me a picture. Test retakes, you need to send me an email if you want to retake it. And how I do retakes is whatever test you did better on, I take that grade. But you have to send me an email letting me know that you want to retake that test. All right. So be sure to get this done. If you have any questions, please send me emails. I know that math is very hard to learn this way, but please be sure. Make sure your journal is up to date. Journal test is supposed to be an easy one. And be sure you're doing your warm-ups in every class. We still have students who are not doing warm-ups, and that's hurting your grade and it's hurting your attendance. All right, send me questions if you have them.